All right, Love Island USA season 8 episode 20, our final full day in Casa. And I got to be honest, I feel like even though they did the postcard and the drops, not a ton happened this episode. So, if you're just joining in, what this is my instant reactions to the episode and my thoughts on it. It's not going to be a full recap. It's going to be a quick hitting what's on the top of my mind. So, a few things that I wanted to touch base on in general. First, they uploaded the wrong first look to the app. I got the notification about the first look on the app, went in to watch it, and it was the first look from Tuesday's episode, which fail there, but they had the proper one on Instagram and Facebook, so was able to watch it. And they did the postcards, and I think that was better than doing like the texting videos because they got that whole video of the live heart rate challenge essentially, and the still images are a lot easier to take out of context, like the Melanie and Ronnie having the chat one that was going nowhere, and so that was all out of context for Sincere. I felt bad for Bryce with seeing the Trinity and Corey kissing in the uh photo booth, but you could tell I thought he handled it very maturely at the end when he was talking to Sincere. I am all Casa did was make me root for Bryce and Trinity more and dislike almost everyone else more. I do like Corbin with Parmita much better than I did with Kenzie. I think we're getting some more personality out of him. However, I still don't love him. Him and Casey's conversation just annoyed me and kind of just like Corbin just straight up being like, nah, I haven't even thought of Kenzie once since I've been here. Like, bro, you were just like the day before you went to Casa was like, no, if you would have got those letters, if there was only one in there, it was going to be from me. And so it almost gives the vibes as he's been there, done that, and so he's discarding her, which I think is fucked up. I mean, Kenzie's over him too after seeing how giddy he was, but in this, she said she was kind of upset by it. Kenzie, this entire episode just kind of seemed performative for me, and I think seeing that she didn't really care as much and was all full in on the other guys and now trying to go after Gald too and saying like just having the, for lack of a better word and pun, the gall to say to Jen's face, who you could tell Gall is the only one that Jen is really interested in. She's trying to explore Ronnie a little bit now, but she was not happy when Gall said he wanted to have a conversation with Kenzie. And then she is acting a little bit immature about it when he got to bed, but she was not pleased about it. And then her and Kenzie having like a conversation, and Kenzie just talking about how great things are with Dylan, and she loves how affectionate he is and shows that he cares. But Gall is really her type, and she likes that surfer vibe and always thought she'd have like surfer babies. Like, Kenzie just has no self awareness, and it's starting to annoy me even more than it did before. Like, her obliviousness and insistence to do the splits anytime and every time is a little bit entertaining now. It's just ridiculous. But I this episode when like she got the postcard and she's like, "Girls, come here, but you are not going to want to see this." And then how like her conversation about pushing Anaya and Kata, I'm not saying she was wrong and shouldn't have said those things, but it was weird to me. I do just have to say, someone that I work with went to high school with Dylan, and I do feel bad for her because watching this play out on screen, and she straight up told me, she's like, it's kind of ruining my Love Island experience because like I know them as a person, wasn't super close with him or anything like that, so I don't have any tea or fun stories there. But like he's had some of the most cringy lines since he's been in, with that first day when they were in, when he was talking and he's like, what's everyone's turn-ons? And Carl's like, you know what, for me I think kindness is a big one. And he's like, yeah, it's great, but like a big ass too, and thought it's funny, and it was just so cringy. And then Tuesday's episode, having his conversation with Kenzie and talking about what her grandma name would be, and she said sugar. Well, not sugar, sugar. and she said that those were the names for her boobs, sugar and spice, and then her face was everything nice. And then he's like, yeah, well, I'm a visual learner. And she's like, oh my God, me too. Didn't really get what he was so transparently trying to do there. And he's like, yeah, well, like, I'm a visual learner. So can I see that again? Like, just to get her to push up her tits? Like, what are we doing? And then in the challenge, her taking his pants off. The girls were taking everybody's pants off in the villa. They were all about that life. And then this one looks like Kenzie and Dylan getting a little freaky in the sheets at night. That I think that would be hard for me to watch someone that I knew 75% naked on TV, or even just had an acquaintance. It would be so weird to see that. I used to work with a girl who ended up doing adult entertainment, and that was a bit of a culture shock, like in like Hustler and stuff like that. Not just, hey, it's COVID, I'm starting an OnlyFans. Anyway, I digress. Love Island. Other people that pissed me off this episode, the biggest loser of the episode to me was Casey. Casey royally pissed me off. I'd said the earlier episodes, I kind of liked him, not fully defending him, but saying I could see his point of view on some things, while also acknowledging the way he was handling it and treating Anaya not respectful. I'm fully done with him after the disrespect that he showed after seeing the postcard and saying that he was pissed about Anaya with the other guy with Carl and having her leg up, and saying that they're like, I think it was Caleb was like, but are you happy for her though? Because he's getting his freak on with TT and all about that, and joking with Corbin about how he's definitely taking TT back. He's definitely taking Parmita back, like all that stuff. And then he's like, no, I'm not happy for her, but I also don't give a fuck. And then him going on like, well, she's on a thin ass line, so she better be careful. And Sincere did try to call him out a little bit and be like, okay, but aren't you also on a thin ass line? And him having the fucking nerve to say that he thinks he has leeway because he spoke life into her every fucking day. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Saying that you're trying to take credit for breathing life into her. No, she had feelings and was upset at the way you had acted and were treating them. I ultimately think their personalities were too mismatched. Like, he likes to be a high energy, stuff like that. Anaya is more of a chill, take it slow type person. And what it clearly seemed like, Casey was just pissed because he felt like Anaya was moving faster with this guy than she did with him. So it was about the bruising to his ego, nothing about actual feelings, is what I got from that. So I'm on team fuck Casey, get him off the island now as well. So I'm joining the crew there. The postcards, it was painful seeing Bryce's face, seeing the Trinity kissing the guy in the photo booth, and like Kennedy, where the fuck did that come from? Trinity seemed a little bit upset at first about seeing the thing of Bryce sucking the toes, but she knows it was in the challenge. She was even making comments about it during the challenge. Zach being pissed about, more so pissed at himself, is what I got, about realizing that Kato was probably going to get a picture of him kissing outside the challenge, and the picture with Kato was her kissing during the challenge, which they knew about. And I do think that's, Sincere also pissed me off because he's being all kissing constantly and everything in bed, on the couches with Amora, and then his excuse when they're like, yeah, it seemed like things are going well, you're all touchy-feely, and he's like, well, I that's what I need to do. I have to be touchy-feely to really see if it works. Like, okay, bro, you're just trying to justify it. I Whatever. I hope almost everyone has new couples. Alana officially has been dumped from the island, thanks to her racist comments that had resurfaced. And all they did was, Alana has left Casa Amor. Just an aside after the night that opened the episode. So I don't know. One thing that I feel like is true is something TT said about Kenzie, where she said that Kenzie likes whoever likes Kenzie or whoever gives Kenzie attention. And I do think that's true. That's why Gaul was giving her some energy and she likes that. Kenzie likes being wanted and being the center of attention. And so I think that's what's happening. I hope she just focuses on Dylan. I feel like those two have more of a similar vibe. Jen really likes Gaul. I think they she was saying he's not as touchy feely with her. Maybe that's not good. Maybe Ronnie seems to be very open and he's saying all the right things now. It is so hard to tell if people are being genuine though, because they know, hey, if I don't get picked, I'm having to leave Fiji. So some people could just be saying what they need to say to get through it. And so I think Carl's sincere. I really like Carl. I like Carl and Anaya together. I think that Che, I think Che is sincere. I don't I don't know how I feel about Corey. I think that he's definitely knows the right things to say to Melanie, and he's making most of his approach about how he's better than sincere. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. The episode ended with like Kata and Anaya trying to get Melanie to kiss Corey and like pantomiming sex and stuff like that, just being goofy in the stairway and distracting. And the episode ended with like music playing. It's like, ooh, is Melanie gonna kiss Corey or not? I don't think she will. We'll see what's happened. Melanie, Anaya, and Kata all made a pact that they're going to cuddle their guys and kiss them tonight in bed and give it a try. So we'll see how that plays out. And then tomorrow's night episode is the recoupling after Casa. So my predictions, Bryce will go back single. Zach will go back single, obviously. Um, I think Casey's going to bring Tiara TT back with him. I think Caleb will bring Jaden. Obviously, Corbin's going to bring Parmita. I do not think Sincere will bring Amora. I think he will try to go back to Melanie. Sincere's been preaching about the story since the beginning, and he is now seeing more challenge from Bryce and Trinity. I think there are the aspects where Sincere's playing it like a game. Also, Sincere, we just have to call out. Tuesday's episode, he said epitome instead of epitome, which, hey, maybe he's someone who's just read it, which is fine. But this episode, he said something that people don't know is that he can do sign language, and it was actually his minor was teaching and learning sign language. However, when he started to show Amora his name, he said, I think this is an A. Not this is an A, it was I think this is an A. So I also think he's full of shit there. But we'll see. So I think the ones bringing in new people will be Caleb, Corbin, and Casey. I think the other three guys will stay and want to recouple. I think coming out of the villa, the girls coupling up, Kenzie, she might go Gaul, but I think she'll stick with Dylan. I think that Jen will go with Gaul. It depends on who goes first. If Kenzie pulls Gaul, then I think Jen will go with Ronnie. Uh, I don't know that Anaya will pull Carl. I hope she does, but the only ones that I feel like confident about are Kenzie and Jen, because Kenzie's completely over Corbin. It feels like Jen was single going into this, just like Caleb was. So I think those two will pull him. I don't know that Kata's going to get there with Che. I, I just don't see it. I like Che, and so I'm kind of disappointed in that, but I don't think she'll pull him. I don't think Anaya, like I said, that's like a 60-40 for me. I think 60% she'll stay with Casey, but I think she deserves better. I don't get it. I'm obviously white. I don't know the things, but her focusing on Tiara's braids and the Filani braids. I don't know if that's a big thing. If that's something Casey had said he was into. I don't know, but she said multiple times, like, of course it's the bitch with the Filani braids, which seemed a little weird to me, but I don't know. I don't think Melanie will go with Corey because even her like talking heads where she's trying to make it seem like she's maybe into Corey seem like she's acting. It seems performative to me. Uh, I what girl am I forgetting? Oh, and Trinity's obviously not going to choose someone else. So Bryce and Trinity will be back together, and so all will be right in the world. So we'll see. Drop your predictions below in the comments on who you think will recouple, who you think will bring people in from Casa, and what all's going to go on there, and your thoughts on this episode. It's hard. Sunday night's episode was such a high, and then Monday and Tuesdays were a little bit of a letdown. Tuesday wasn't awful, I guess, and tonight's wasn't awful. It just felt like not much happened, really. So I don't know, but thanks for tuning in. If you like this vibe, subscribe, drop a like on the video, turn on notifications. These drop at different times whenever I get done watching the episode and I'm able to upload it and post it on here. We're probably getting close to the end game. I think we probably will have about a week and a half left. I'm thinking that's how it was last. And well, I think there was 36 episodes, so maybe we still have 2.5 weeks. Who knows? But subscribe, like, comment, share, follow, all that fun stuff. Appreciate you. Drop your thoughts, reactions in the comments below. We'll see you tomorrow night for another Down on the Island presentation of Down Once More. Later.